Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second day of AI tools. So, today we'll be discussing about some more AI tools. So, first thing is we are going to see about agent tool, right? Yesterday we have seen various prompts and how to use those prompts using ChatGPT. And today we are going to see about various audio video generation tools. The first generation tool is your Hagen, right? Now why we should go for using this particular Hagen kind of tools? So when we want to make any kind of video without us, we have to create some avatars, right? So when we create our avatar, instead of us, that can go for a video coverage of you, and you have to give some audio input to that, so that your AI avatar is going to enhance the productivity of your audio and video files, right? Now why we are using this particular AI tools in 2024 and 2025? So we can produce more kind of realistic outputs without wasting our time, right? So let us go step by step detail of your agent. So before seeing this, I'll be showing you a sample video and audio which is combined clip of mine, so that we can understand in a better manner, right? Then we'll be seeing how to make that particular audio clip, right? So if you can see this video clip, here there is a video and audio played over here, and there is a lip sync, right? This is, I have given just an image of me, and that has created an avatar of my image, and then I have given some voice to it on the text what you want, and then I have tailored these two audio and video clips, and I have got this particular output using your agent software, right? Now let us see how to do that. Now we'll be going for your agent app application, right? So we'll be seeing the step-by-step functionality of this, right? So we have to log in into your Hagen application. Then once you log in, you have to choose a template, or you have to start from your scratch, right? Once you have taken a template, you can use this particular template for various things. It can be for your social media, or it can be an explainer video. For example, if you want to give your presentation in your class in a video manner, and if you are not there at that particular time but still you want to deliver your lecture, you can use these kind of things. And alternatively, we'll be getting a blank canvas, so that we can have our own design. We can even change our backgrounds, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to select a digital avatar. Either you can pick a digital avatar from the avatars library, or you can make your own custom avatar, and then go and add your script. The script can be a text, so input your text what you want to link with your video, so that this script will be given by your avatar, right? So that script will be linked with your avatar. Now use the text editor to refine the message, right? Then you can choose your voice. So the voice can be anything. It can be a male voice, or it can be a female voice. You go and select that particular male or female voice based on your choice. Then it will be asking whether you want it in a professional manner. The voice should be in a professional manner, or in a casual manner, right? Then you have to choose the language or the accent if you are targeting for a specific set of audience. Now who are the specific set of audience? So for example, if my target audience are Andhra Pradesh people, so I should see the accent is related to South Indian accent, right? Then go and customize your video settings. You can add some background images, you can add the colors and videos, and you can even insert your own professional logos if you want to go for some branding and all, and then adjust all the animations and transitions and the fonts which are there, right? Then you can go and preview your audio. Once you're satisfied with your video and audio content, go and export your video in which platform you want to post. If you want to post it in LinkedIn or in Instagram or in video, right? Now let us see the step by step of your agent software, right? So this is how your agent software looks like. You have an avatar video, you have a video translation, then you can build a digital avatar that mirrors your appearance and voice, right? So you can take your template over here, right? So if you are going for something related to e-learning, you can go and do your template with this particular productivity, right? That is your e-learning. If you are doing for some news and media, you can go and select this particular prompt. If you want to start your own ideal avatar, click this particular digital twin, or you can use any one of your ideal avatar which is there, right? Now I want to do this. So if you want to do create an avatar video, you go to this and you have two things. I told you can start from a scratch, or you can use a template, or you can upload a PPT, or you can generate a script with a. So I'm doing it with start from scratch. You can explore all the other things, right? And I want to give a portrait video. So create a portrait video. Then it is going to ask you which avatar you want to create, right? So I want to have a photo avatar, right? You can even go for a video avatar. If you have any videos, you can upload your video avatar. So the best thing is go for a video avatar. Why? Because you will be having your hand movements and your facial movements, so that the avatar video what we release will be more efficient, which is almost 90% or 95% similar to you. So go for your photo avatar, create, click on create photo avatar. As I have already my photo placed, I'm clicking this. So you can upload like this also. Go to select photos. Wait a moment. I want to do it with, see here, when you want to do this, you should do for people who are above 18 years old, right? Otherwise it is not going to take your photo. So it is going to tell you what are all the good photo requirements. Go and upload that particular photograph. So once it is uploaded, it will be giving the approval. Then you can continue and you can upload your text format also. So it is telling it is okay. Okay. So right now the text is also ready and your avatar is also ready, and we are going to click that. Right. See, when we are doing this, maybe something is not working correctly. So I'll be explaining it. So you have to drag and drop the photo according to this particular photo formats, right? You cannot upload all the photo formats. You can upload the photo formats of this particular photo and then go for your script, right? So here I'm going to give whatever script I want to keep. So here I'm giving something like welcome to the new area of video creation with Hagen, and you can create whatever script you want, right? You will be typing that particular script, and then if you want to keep any particular text on it, you can keep a creative text like this, right? You can even embed your own text. Then if you want to keep any kind of elements like WhatsApp or Instagram, you can also keep that, and then go and preview and then submit it, so that you will be getting a final video output like this. There is some technical problem while I am doing, so that is why I am showing the clip what I have already done, right? So if you clearly observe, this is an image and I have not done anything, right? I have given that image and I have given some text format, and it has been deep faked. So if you see here, it is a combination of two photographs of a lip sync of a video with my image. Now coming to the next one, two kinds of tools I want to explore for today. So that is Research Rabbit and Zotero. So almost each and every faculty has to do some sort of research in their professional life. All the students also may do some kind of research in their professional life, right? So what are the best AI tools to carry on their literature survey and all? So the best thing are Research Rabbit and Zotero. Now what are Research Rabbits and Zoteros, right? So this Research Rabbit is powered with two things. One is AI and the other one is interactive visual graph, right? Now these AI algorithms are going to suggest you the related content that can be a journal, or that can be an author, or that can be a topic, right? It is going to suggest you. And the second one is interactive visual graphs. So it is going to explore all kinds of relationships with the papers, with the authors, and in the given particular field. Now what is the use of this particular Zotero, right? So the first one is Research Rabbit, where I am going to see what are all the relationship among the papers or among your authors. And the second one is Zotero. So Zotero is nothing but your personal assistant. So until now, what you used to do for literature survey, you are going to take a reference paper, you'll study all the content in that particular reference paper, and you may need some other papers in order to understand the concepts which are there, right? You are going to refer to the paper which is there. For example, you have a square brackets and you will be given some numbering, and you have to manually go and copy that, search in some journal. It can be Springer or it can be IEEE. So you have to manually go to that particular library. If it is ACM, you have to go to that particular library and if you have to download it. But here Zotero is going to take care of all those things. You can import it in two particular formats, right? So the first one is, it is going to manage all of your references, right? It can save the references directly from your websites. It can be a PDF, it can be from your IEEE website, or it can be from your ACM website, or it can be from any kind of research websites, right? So the first source is your all the web related data, and the second source is your PDF. So what it is doing, it is automatically extracting all kinds of metadata. So metadata is of two types. The first one is BibTeX and the second one is RAS. I'm going to show you how the metadata looks like. So it is going to take all the metadata. By using this, it is going to maintain the reference management. So you need not have all the hard copies with you. Instead of that, you can store that in your personal instance called as Rotero. And the second one is citation support. So what it is going to do, it is integrating your local Word, your LibreOffice and Google Docs, right? So you have Google Docs, you have Microsoft Word, and on the same lines like Microsoft Word, majority of the people are also using LibreOffice. So it is going to take all these things and it is going to integrate and it is going to cite everything in an order. So it is also giving a citation support. And the third one is PDF annotations. So we'll be seeing what are all the annotations tools. So why we need annotation tools? When we are studying any kind of research paper, we have to make some note of it. So if you go for your physical content, what you do, you take the paper, you study it and you write it in on some notes where you can miss that particular notes. Here for each and every paper, you will be having a notes content where you can add notes to that particular paper. So we'll be seeing each and everything one by one, right? Right. As I said, we have many kinds of annotation tools. So all these are your annotations tools. You can go for your text annotation using your Prodigy tool. So many kinds of such type of tools are there. Now, why really we need these annotation tools? So if you want to train the machine learning models, you need all these annotation tools. Why? Because it is going to take all these references and then it is going to extract all content, all the content in terms of your context, right? So we'll be seeing how to summarize this using one program, right? So this is the basic crux of your annotation. So we have all kinds of annotation. We can go for your text annotation, you can go for your image annotation, you can go for your audio and video annotations. Now you can ask, sir, why we need video annotation, right? Always the research can be also from some kind of video, right? So for example, if you want to generate if you want to listen to some video, but if you do it physically, it takes time, you have to take your notes. Instead of that, either you can generate a video summary of it, or you can use this particular video annotation tools in order to get all the notes grabbed and keep that into your paper, right? This is about your annotation. Then I've told we have two kinds of citations, right? So one with your BibTeX and another with your RIS format. So almost all the people who are into research will use two kinds of formats. Either they'll be doing it in LaTeX or they'll be using your Microsoft Word. So the majority of the people go with LaTeX. So if it is LaTeX, we should use a BibTeX format so that your Zotero is going to take all the references from this particular BibTeX kind of file, right? How this particular BibTeX metadata looks like. So it is going to take who are all the authors, what is the title, what is the journal, what is the year, what is the volume, and what is the page number. Now, why really we need to store all this in a BibTeX format? Why we really need this BibTeX, right? So what we are doing, we are giving everything to a machine learning model. Now, when you go and write some prompt like give me a paper on privacy preservation, which is published in 2024 by an author named John Doe. Right? If you are asking some instructional prompt, this is not an open prompt, this is an instructional prompt. When you are asking like this, it is going to hit your BibTeX format and it is going to check whether there is any paper related to privacy preservation in 2024 which is given by your author John Day. If it is matching, it is going to open for you. So that is why we have to maintain either it in BibTeX format or in your RIS format. So if it is RIS format, we are going to use it with Word. So you have all these reference managers. Almost all the people know what is Mendeley, but we have many reference managers like EndNote and Zotero. But the majority of the people uses Mendeley, but it is very highly recommended to use Zotero with Research Rabbit. Right now, coming to the feature comparison. So once I go and explain you the setting of that particular research tool, it will be very easy to understand all this content, right? Now, what are the features? So coming to the Research Rabbit, the primary function is in order to discover and in order to recommend any kind of paper. Now, what is Zotero? It is going to manage my files which were generated out of Research Rabbit. Now, what is the discovery capability? Yes, it is excellent because it has some visual graphs and AI recommendation, whereas in Zotero, either you should go for a manual search or you should import from a BibTeX format or from an RIS format. Now coming to organization, always it is stored in some collection formats, right? So when we have to use this kind of tool, so when you are at your start of your research, when you are doing your literature survey, it is the best tool to use. That is your Research Rabbit. And when you are doing this, you have to manage all kinds of files. If you use your Google Drive, you cannot really manage your files because you don't have any kind of sticky notes concept where your Zotero is providing you, right? Now let us go to your Zotero. So I'm opening the Zotero one and the Research Rabbit. So you can log in with your Gmail. So once, first of all, you have to sign in. Oh, sorry, first of all, you have to sign up. When you're signing up, it will be asking whether you want to go with your Google. So you can connect with your Gmail account so that all the links will be stored into your Gmail, which is logged in with your Zotero, right? So this is your personal assistant Zotero, and this is your Research Rabbit. Right. So this is Research Rabbit collection. Now, if you see here, I've already loaded some papers. So if I want to let me remove all this. So I'm deleting all these things and I want to do a demonstration, right? So if you want to add something, you can go and add your paper manually by typing in the title or your DOI or your PMID which you have, and if you click on your search, you'll be getting your paper and you can add it, or you can add your BibTeX or RIS files, right? So if you want to add your RIS files, you can go to your already downloaded RIS file and you can add this particular RIS file, right? So if DOI is not there, it will be showing that there is no valid DOI. And do you want to add this paper? So it has automatically given two papers. If these papers are the exact papers what you want to look, you can add this paper and it will be added to this, right? Now I got two different papers, right? Now you can go for customization. So this is one kind of filters, right? So that filter, you can use your citation. So when you use your citation, so 2010 paper is coming up, right? Why? Because many people have cited that particular paper. So when you have more number of citations, you can go for that paper, so that you don't have any break when you are doing your research, so that there are many people who are working on that particular same area. So for example, if you want to do something related to blockchain or generative AI, you cannot get the entire literature survey, because there are only few people who are doing in this particular research area, wherein you can see who are all the authors who are doing in that, right? You can go for citation, or you can go for recency, what is the recent things done, or you can go for your first author approach. So first author, generally you don't get it, so you can go for citations, then come to this. So you have something like similar work. So what is the similar work we have with respect to privacy preservation? So 548 similar kinds of works are there. So imagine if you are doing this manually, you have to go through all these 548 research works, and you have to find out what is the literature gap in this. And ultimately, if you study some paper around 2015 and you identify some research gap, but unfortunately that was solved in 2018. But with this, you'll get all the abstracts and contents, and as I told, it is giving you a social graph, right? This is the graph, right? So based on this, you are going to generate a particular graph. Now if you see the graph, right, now if you identify these particular papers, right, these are not cited by anyone, right? That means you should not touch these particular kind of journals or papers, because they are not being cited by any other people. That means they may not have very relevant content related to your privacy preservation. That means when I am citing it, when I am citing, let us suppose that I am citing my friend's paper, even though I don't want it, right? So in such cases, it will be ideal. So you don't have any connectivity. Now, if you see here, the major work is done over here, right? And who is connecting these two particular graphs? So this particular Farkas 2002, right? This is being connected. That means whatever the literature survey these people have done is originated from this particular guy. And if you see this particular graph, so Fung 2010, he is the author who is the base paper for almost all these kinds of people, right? So you can get these kinds of analysis, and then who are all the authors and what is the linked content. So you'll be going to get what is the linked content with all these things, and what was the earlier work. I told what was your similar work. Now it is telling what is the earlier work done, right? So you have 120 papers which has done some earlier work on these kinds of things, right? See, right now I don't know what is there in the paper, but you have to give a paper which you think that it is your base paper, and it is based on that your machine learning model is trained, and it is going to give you all these 120 papers are having some work related to this privacy preservation. And coming to your later work, almost all the people are doing some work, but which has not been completed. So that is the graph generated over here, right? So you can see it in two things, either in timeline or in network. So as per my knowledge, network is more efficient when compared with timeline, because if you see here, majority of the work has been done from 2008 to 2018. After 2018, there was no work done on privacy preservation. There was a 5-year gap between 18 and 23. But you cannot get these particular insights by doing a manual thing. If you want to do, you have to study all 100 kinds of research papers, and then only you can get this kind of insight, right? This was introduced in 2021, and all this is for free. You can do anything for free in this particular website. Now coming to your Zotero. So if you can see here, you have sync to Zotero, right? Now I have a huge collection of papers. So go to your Zotero website, right? And go to your web library. Here you can keep all the files what you want. I have kept almost 40 files. So here you can see, right? So for example, let us take this second file. I have added this file. Now if you can see onto your right, you have a information section where it is giving you what is the item type, that is a journal article, what is the title of that, what is the publication, what is the volume, issue, and the number of pages, right? What is this? This is an RIS format, right? Or sometimes it can be your bib text file also, right? You have not written anything, right? You have just imported the paper and it is giving you all kind of metadata. Now this metadata will be pushed to your machine learning model, and machine learning model will be giving you the answer based on your questionnaire. In short, we are going to see another tool called as Notebook LM, where we can identify the research gap or the literature survey you want to get using this entire content. You don't have direct connectivity with the Research Rabbit and Zotero, so you have to manually download it, and you can push all the sources there and you can get the literature survey. So or else you can do one thing, go for Zotero API. If they are giving that API, you can integrate this particular Zotero API with Notebook LM, so that it will be the more powerful tool for doing any kind of research work. So what I have done, I have created a folder. I have kept all the 40 files here. Then I am going to my Research Rabbit, right? Then you can see sync Zotero. So go and do sync Zotero, right? So I have kept a file named Tej, right? Now add that. Okay. So now successfully created and synced collection page in Zotero, right? So all the 40 files what I have kept in that particular Zotero has been synced with this. Now simply click on import Zotero collection. So you have a field called as import Zotero collection. Simply go and import Zotero, right? So already 2 items out of the 40 items I have already added. So you 2 items have been already added. So you can start syncing all the other 38 items, and that name is Tej. So when you are keeping, you make a collection and keep the name of that particular connection. And whenever you are doing, the values will change according to it. Right, now let us go to Notebook LM. So what is Notebook LM? We like your notebooks. So what you used to do, you used to keep each and every subject one particular notebook. So when you want to generate some summary out of it, it becomes very tough to generate all the 6 books summary, because you have to go through all the 6 books, then generate your summary, which takes much amount of time. Instead of that, you can do like this. Go to create new, right? And you can upload the sources over here. The supported files, it can be a PDF, it can be a text, it can be a markdown file, or it can be an audio. Even you can go for your Google Drives, you can go for your website and YouTube links. Now imagine what is the power of Notebook LM. You can push your all the YouTube content, you can push all your Google Docs, you can push all the sources from Zotero. It is going to give a huge corpus. It can be a text corpus, it can be an audio corpus, it can be a video corpus. Now if you are asking you to give a research gap from this particular corpus, now it is going to give a huge tons of research gaps. Identify one of your research gap and you can start your literature, you can start your research work, right? You can do this within 10 to 15 days, where before 21 we used to do this for almost 6 months to 1 year for identifying the research gap, because you have to go with tons of libraries. So here I have added one source, a systematic research, systematic survey. Now you come here, you can change your, right. So it has loaded the entire content over here, right? Now see, here it is giving you what are all the probable questions you can ask, right? Even it is a no-brainer kind. It is telling you how many comprehensively do privacy metrics assess the user protection, what are the key limitations of existing privacy metric free frameworks. See, it is also giving you what to ask. Now it is making your research life more easy. So it has generated your contents, right? So these are the limitations in this particular privacy preservation frameworks. Now, what are those? Lack of consensus on conditions for privacy metrics. So you don't have really a good consensus mechanism to do some privacy preservation related or in order to measure this privacy, right? You don't have a good metrics. So when you don't have a metrics, you can go and you can explore in that particular area. So for example, there is no general agreement on the conditions that privacy metrics must fulfill. Now you want to explore this, right? You can click on 2. So it is telling you that there is a journal from ACM Computing Surveys which was published in 2018. Now if you want to do a systematic research, that means how many links are there with this particular paper. Push this paper into your Zotero, import into your research rabbit, and get all the research graph generated or all the social graph generated for you, so that it is going to give you the best answer or the best solution out of it. Now let me see one more thing. You have two sources: hands-on machine learning and privacy metrics. Then I want to know about different kinds of machine learning models. Give me different kinds of machine learning models which are used for generative AI, right? So something like this. Now let us see what is the solution or what is the answer it is giving you. So it has given some answers, right? What it is saying you, it is saying that you can use an auto encoder. You should use different kinds of auto encoders. So in yesterday's class, we have covered what is an auto encoder, what is an attention mechanism, what is GAN, right? So if you want to know more in detail about that, you can click on that particular reference. So it will be telling you what is that particular generator. If you identify, so everything is in bold, right? That bold indicates that it is going to be the key context, right? The generator is a keyword and all the context is being generated based on that particular keyword, right? You can go to that and you can explore more, right? This is how you can use, this is how you can use your notebook LM. Now what really you have to do? The first one, so what is the workflow we have to do? The first one, we have to discover various kinds of papers, right? Push that into Zotero, then organize all the references using your research rabbit, then go and keep all the annotations, write some text tags to those particular annotations and work with your research area, right? Now let us go for a small break, and afterwards we'll be seeing about various kinds of AI tools. Welcome back to the session. So we have seen about what is the complementary workflow. So we have to discover the papers, then we have to organize the references, and we have to do some annotation and writing purpose, right? Now, how to streamline your research flow? So do the discovery, right? Then organize, then do the writing, research writing what you want, and you go to the citation part, right? Conclusion. So by using the strengths of both Research Rabbit and Zotero, all the researchers can streamline the workflow, and you can discover new kinds of insights, and you can efficiently manage your entire research process. So make sure from tomorrow onwards you go and use these two powerful techniques with Notebook LM. Right? Now coming to your Claude. So the next topic or the next tool is Claude. Now, what is this Claude? Claude uses different set of principles to guide the behavior of the large language model, which is making transparent and easier to all the users who are using this particular Claude AI tool, right? What is the focus? The focus is mainly on your safety. So it is going to minimize the risks, and it is not going to give you any kind of negative outputs, right? If you ask any kind of negative prompting, it is not going to give any kind of output which you have a negative bias in your question, right? So it is going to take your stop words, and it is going to stop all the negative kinds of prompting, right? So the major focus of your Claude tool is on your safety. And the second thing is, it is going to check what are all the ethics they have to follow. We will be seeing what are the key features of Claude. The first one is natural language processing. So it is going to give you all the responses like a human, right? Now, whenever you give any question, already the machine learning model is training the LLM based on a huge text corpus, right? Now, what is the reality? I'll be showing you with a small code snippet, right? So maybe on 4th or 5th day, Venkatesh sir will be explaining you the entire crux of using this particular LLM using a Hugging Face IO, right? You can find different kinds of inputs, and you can find different kinds of outputs, how really your LLM works based on your transformer architecture. So if you see here, so here I'm going to use this particular code, right? Here I am going to import a concept called as pipeline from your transformers library, right? So what is this pipeline is doing? This pipeline is doing a summary of what the entire summarization I have given to the text, right? Now see, I'm going to define a function called a summarize text, and the function name is summarize text, which contains a text, and I'm mentioning that the max length is 130 and the minimum length is 30, right? So minimum you have to start from 30, and the max length it is up to 130. That means you are going to give some text, right? Then so using your summarize here, you are going to store your entire summary text. Now let us take an example here, right? So if you consider here, you are going to take your input text. What the input text has something related to artificial intelligence is intelligence demonstrated by machines, like that you are giving up to 130 words, right? Then you are using this particular function, it is going to give you the summary from this particular text. Now, what really we are using? We are using a transformers library, right? Yesterday I have already told we are going to use an architecture called as transformers, which contains some attention mechanisms. Why we need an attention mechanism? In order to know what is the context of the given text. So from this particular text we are going to identify what is the context, right? Now what really we are doing, we are going to take the text, we are going to divide that into tokens, and that tokens are stored into your database as your vectors, and then we'll be using NLP techniques, and then we'll be getting that particular summary out of that. That is a basic summarization tool what I have shown. So that details Venkatesh sir will be explaining you using a very good tool called as Hugging Faces, right? So the second one is multimodal interaction. So you are going to handle all kinds of data. It can be an input, or it can be a video or a text or an image input. And the third one is vision analysis. It can interpret and analyze images for tasks like data extraction. In the short form, I'm going to show you, I'll be uploading a prescription, and that is going to read the entire prescription, and I am going to ask a simple question: what is the dosage given by my doctor to me? So it is going to give you what are all the dosage instructions in form of your text. No need to go through your entire prescription. So if it is a digital prescription, why I'm talking like this? Because you have ready-made apps. Almost all the doctors are using an app called as DocOn. So you are not going to get any kind of physical prescription, right? When you don't have any physical prescription, it is in digital format. When it is in digital format, so you have to use some OCR principle, right? We have to read all the characters which are in optical format, read that and get the content, and ask your LLM about different kinds of things, right? He may have written something scientifically related to your disease, right? So it will be, you can ask what kind of disease or what kind of malfunctioning I have in the body. So it is going to generate a text out of it, right? So that it is known to a normal person. That is about vision analysis. Now ethics and safety. So when we are doing these kind of research, we should not have any kind of negative things given to your public. So if you go and give your negative things, they may have some panic kind of situations. So that is why the major concern of Claude is to see that it is going to follow all the ethics and safety related features in this particular tool. And the third one is, it can be integrated with any kind of source, right? You have APIs available for this particular Claude. You can integrate this particular API to your application, right? For example, you want to generate something related to your weather application. So you don't need to really go and build your weather application. You simply use this particular Claude API, build it to your website or to your app, so that if you ask a question, it will be redirected to Claude, and you are going to get answer for it. So almost all the AI tools whatever are there are using almost 3 to 4 different kinds of LLM models. The first one is GPT, that is Chat GPT. The second one is Google Gemini. Third one is Claude, and the fourth one is Perplexity. So we are going to see about Perplexity very shortly after Claude, right? Now, what are all the recent developments we have seen with respect to Claude? So in June 2024, it has introduced all the enhancements related to coding. So before 2024, June 2024, you don't have much kind of coding related things in this particular Claude. So it has given coding related and chart interpretations. Then in October, it has given all kinds of interactions. It can be a a click, or it can be a typing your own text, or you can give your screenshot, so that by using that particular screenshot, it is going to analyze the data in that particular screenshot, and it is going to give solutions or answers based on your prompting techniques. And right now in December 2024, almost all the simple queries are given the instant responses, right? Now let us go to Claude API. So this is your Claude AI interface. So see, temporarily defaulting to concise responses, right? So there is some issue with this. Let us try to do some kind of activity in this particular thing, right? So when you are doing this, see, we are using a model called as Claude 3.5 Sonnet, right? So here you have four kinds of responses. It can be a normal response, it can be a concise or precise response, and it can be a more explanatory response, or it can be a formal response. So if you keep formal response, it will be giving you in a more professional way. So if you want to do some collaboration with your text content or your PDF content or in your screenshots, you can go and capture your screenshot like this and add the screenshot what you have taken already, or you can go for uploading any content over here, right? So let us take this particular content and open. So it is going to open for you, right? Conversation is 40%, 44% over. Okay, so as it is a free version, it is asking you to give a very shorter PDF file, right? So which is of size max 20 and 30 MB each. So you can do it on your own. So I'm going to do it on a PPT. So it has given PPT. Now you can ask, oh sorry, one moment. So I'm going to give my today's content, that is okay. It is already in use. So I'm going to use the yesterday's content. So generate insights of the document. So it is going to generate what are all the, okay, I think there is some mistake, right? Wait a moment. Let me add one more time. So Gen AI day 1, open. Okay. Maybe it is not syncing, as we have seen there is some issue going on. Okay, fine. I have done something already. So we'll see that, right? So I have done some visualization using your gold price trends, right? So I've taken one prompt like this and see what insights it has given. So first of all, I have asked a question, show how to create various charts for knowing the price of gold over years from 1930 to 2024 in terms of percentage and various parameters, and show the visual representation. So it has given me some visual representation. So from here you can clearly see from 1970 to 1980 it was there a price rise, but from 1980 to 2000 there was a drop in your gold price, right? So the moment you type this thing, you are going to get in terms of your sorry, in terms of your graph. Even your chat GPT doesn't give you this kind of dashboard, right? If you want to know what is the code written behind this, you can see this entire code, right? You can generate your own thing. Now here you can find one thing called as explain, right? Now what is this explain tool, right? So I have kept one tool called as sidebar, right? So this is a sidebar tool. We'll be exploring what are all there in your sidebar, which with this particular tool, I want to know what is there in this particular code. So it is going to explain me what are all the things this particular code is giving me. So in what is it is using in order to build the user interfaces, it is using React, and it is using UI components like card header and card title and card content. And what is the component, and what is the sample data it has taken, and how it is measuring. It is measuring in terms of percentage change and volatility in your prices, right? So this is what this is the power of your cloud when compared with your chat GPT, right? Now I have asked one more follow-up question, right? So when I have given that question, it has given the question with respect to United States. Now really I want to know what is the gold value in Indian rupees in a pictorial representation. Now just keep a screenshot of this. See, from 1980 to 2000 there was a decline in US regarding your gold, but when you see this trend, there was no decline in India regarding your gold. So with this, what you can see, there is a huge difference about a particular concept. So for example, if you take our latest e-commerce applications like your Blinkit and Zomato, right? So you are going to get instant delivery within 10 minutes. Now, how we are going to get that particular 10 minutes? Nobody is thinking about how it is being given in 10 minutes. So if you see, all those are packed foods. You don't get any kind of hot serving food kind of thing in 10 minutes. Now even Swiggy has given you serving in 10 minutes. That is also a cooked food, ready made, which is given you a parcel, and that too within 15 minutes, not in 10 minutes. Now you imagine how they are doing that. They are using these kinds of graphical representation. They are seeing what kind of people are there, what kind of things, what kind of online orders they are pushing in. They are doing a surveys based on the entire data what is there in that particular area. Now you can think, I'm not a very online savvy and I don't get such kind of things, right? No, once you are logging in to your phone, the very first thing you are logging in with your Google. So no phone is there which is not logging in without Google. Only one phone, that is your iPhone. Except that other things are done with Google. But if you see the price trends, you can see a comparison. Go open your Uber or any kind of thing. If you compare your Uber prices, iPhone prices with iPhone, sorry, car prices with iPhone is more when compared with a normal phone, right? So that is the trends all these e-commerce sites are taking you, right? So with a single prompt, I have got all these particular visualization prompts which you don't find in your chat GPT. Then like this, I have given follow-up prompts and it has given what you want to do. So it has suggested me. So if you want to do these kind of research, you can go and do your research. Now here, if you want to learn something related to your coding, right, you can go copy paste it and you can use your Copilot, what I have told you yesterday, and you can do some more fine tuning of your code, right? So this is about your Claude. Now coming to the next topic, that is our sidebar. I have already integrated this sidebar as an extension. You can go to your Play Store and you can download this particular sidebar extension, right? So go to that store and go and take this particular sidebar, right? Now what is there in sidebar? You don't find all these integrations either in Gemini or in Chat GPT or in Perplexity or in any kind of thing, but this cider has almost A to Z features, right? Now see what it has. It has a chat option. You can ask questions to it. You can go to your right. You can write anything you want. Do you want to write an essay? It has. You want to write a paragraph. You want to write an email idea. You want to write an idea, right? So yesterday we had some ideathon in an image format, right? Really, I don't find some time. If you think you don't find some time, push it to your sidebar. It is going to tell you what is that ideathon about. It is going to tell you what are all the kinds of activities going to be done, and it is going to tell you what are all the probable ideas you can push onto that particular ideathon, right? So in ideathon we need a pitch report, so we'll be seeing how to do that pitch also, right? So pitching is something like a startup kind of thing. So if you have some idea, go and give a pitch report. That pitch report also we can do with this, right? Like that you have blog posts and all. Then the second one is translate. So if I type something like you, hi, how are you? So it is going to give me the answer. Right. So here I got answers from two things. One from your cider fusion, and the second one is from GPT-40 mini, right? So GPT-4o mini, right? So both are same, right? If you give a more complex question, you can get more accurate answer. You can check which particular model is giving you more accurate answer. So this is using GPT 3.5 and this is using GPT 4o. You can search. So here you can search either from Wikipedia or from YouTube, or you can search from everything. Now coming to your OCR, as I told, I'll be keeping one prescription, right? Let me keep a prescription over here. So I've added a prescription, and now my OCR has given me a result, right? Normal, you can ask a question like this, sir, we have so many OCR readers. You have a OCR reader, but what it can generate you, it can generate you only the text. But here you can ask a question to this particular, one moment. See, so here you have power of 3, right? So you will be given with 30 free credits. So if you are using any AI video shortener, it is of 3. If you want AI read aloud, you have to give 3 credits. So if you do want to do something related to painting, it takes 10 credits of it. And if you want to do something related to PDF, it is going to make 10 credits, right? So here it is done on Claude and GPT and Gemini Flash, and in advanced concepts you are going to use Llama models and O1 mini and O1, which are the latest ones from OpenAI, right? Now as I have a very short credits, it is unable to give a question. So what it has, once you click on chat, you can simply ask what dosage the doctor has given me. So it will be simply giving me what is the dosage it has given. So let us keep that in visualize, right? As we don't have any credits, so let me give this to Claude, right? So it has given some summary, right? So this appears to be an eye examination from Vishaka Eye Hospital, and the patient name and the details are given. So I'll be asking a question: what medicine the doctor has prescribed, and what is the use of it, and does it give any allergies, right? So normally what you do, go to Google and give this particular prompt and you'll be getting many kind of answers. But here you are going to give a very precise answer based on the entire thing. So it has given like this. What are the all the uses of moxifloxacin, right? What doctor has given me? Doctor has given me that particular moxicip drops, and it is telling me what is the uses and what are all the potential allergic reactions I am going to get, and what are all the important criteria I have to do, right? How all this is possible with this particular tool, right? So you have an OCR, but you can only read it. You have an OCR integrated with this particular transformer architecture. You are going to see visual wonders, right? Then you can go for grammar, and then you can ask. You have various kinds of tools. So you can summarize your YouTube shorts. You can create a short video out of this particular YouTube. You have all kinds of translators, and you have many kinds of image related tools over here. So here I have also embedded this Zotero as an extension, and one more. Right. Now let us go to YouTube, right? Now where we can use this particular cider. So let us see what is the latest headlines of 24th December 2024, right? I want to know what are all the latest headlines. So it is giving me all the latest headlines, and I don't want to listen to everything. Just click on this particular thing, right? Don't play the video. Go and generate the summary of it, right? So you are going to get the entire summary generated for you. That is what your cider is doing, right? And or else you can go and create a short video of this particular video, right? Now let us go for another tool. Now what is the another tool? So that is your Monica, right? So what is this Monica tool is doing? It is using all kinds of LLM models. It can be a O1, it can be a Claude, it can be Claude Sonnet, or it can be a Claude Haiku. It is going to use all the models, and you can go and create your own bot. You can give this particular Monica model about what bot you want to do, right? Either you can go and explore only on Gemini, or you can go with Claude 3.5 Sonnet, right? So all these are given. So what is DALE? This is the image GPT which you have. You can go for this, and you can go for, let us suppose, draw me a cat, right? If you want to try it, you can try it, and it will draw you the cat image, right? So this is about Monica M, where you are going to get all kinds of GPT models, and you have to select one output out of that particular four models which are trained at a single instance, right? So no need to go for Claude, no need to go for GPT, no need to go for Perplexity at different times and go and see which is giving me the best result. So at single shot you can get all four kinds of result in this particular AI tool called as Monica, right? And let me give one more last tool which is called as the most sorted tool. It is called as Open Sora, right? So the latest release was done just 3 or 4 days back, and this is the mesmerizing tool where you are going to get a high-end 3D video outputs with just a single prompt. But for all these things, you have to have a very good high-end processor running backside of your system. If you don't you don't have a high-end system, and if you don't have a good internet facility, you cannot explore this particular Sora model, right? Now, by seeing this, you would think that all these are images generated, right? But all these images are not real. All these images are generated using your text prompts. Let me give one example. It is very slow, right? See, you can see Sora is an AI model that can create. Is very slow, I think. Right. Sora is an AI model that can create realistic and imaginative scenes from your text instructions, right? So let us go and start this particular model. We'll be taking one text prompt and we'll be going to some other tool, use the same text prompt, and we'll try to generate a video out of this. Right. So what it is saying, can you create a video of a bald man suddenly growing her beard, right? So he is a bald man and he is being generated with a hair. Now let us go to Leonardo. So this is one more image generation tool, right? So we'll be generating image using this particular image generation tool. So if you take any kind of these kind of tools, your LLM speaks more than your tool, right? So always it is very small LLM concept, but the most powerful thing is a transformer architecture, right? So let me create a real-time generator. See, can you create a video of a bald man suddenly growing hair? What growing hair, right? Growing her hair. Now see, without hair, he's a bald man. Now using massive hair, it is like this, right? So this is the content what you can create, right? And using your open Sora models, it is going to give me, it will take an image and it is going to give me the audio kind of tools, right? So with this, we'll be stopping our session today. So we are going to close this session with this particular content. Tomorrow we are going to see about different kinds of audio, video, image tools, and then we are going to see what are all the ethical privacy related things. And if you have any queries or doubts related to any kind of tools, so please post in your chat so that I'll be clearing it in the next session. Thank you so much. And please share your feedback. The link has been posted. Thank you.